Hey folks, Brendan here from Bluelight. Now, if you're preparing for the online assessment centre for the police recruitment process for England and Wales, then this is a video that you need to watch. Because in one of the practice sessions just recently that we had for the online course plus interactive webinars, where we spent about 2.5 hours practicing stage 2 interview questions. Actually, it's not an interview because you're talking to a screen and there's no one at the other end. So it's not really an interview, but they call it an interview. We practice questions around the value of transparency. This is my practice paper, by the way. There's practice questions for all of the different competencies and values you're going to be asked about. And I'm reliably informed that my best guess all that time ago, before anyone did their stage 2, is actually remarkably close to what actually happens. Well, it's going to be. I understand the College of Policing world. Anyway, so back to learning. One of the questions that really throws people is around transparency, where I'll ask the question, please can you tell me about a time when you've had to make a difficult decision where you have had to account for that decision to others? A question which is wanting you to talk about a difficult or challenging decision that you had to make, where you had to account for it to others or explain it to others after you made that decision. Now, on this evening when we ran this session, we had 3 awesome individuals who all talked about a decision which they believed was difficult, but was missing one thing. The first one was a porter at hospital who talked about how they came across a patient who was a neighbour and had to make a quick decision to decide not to deal with that person and get someone else to come and deal with them. And they believed that was a difficult decision. A paratrooper who in Afghanistan had to identify 2 people who were unidentified and challenge them and decide whether they were going to put bullets in their heads or not. Ooh, you might be thinking, that's a difficult decision. No, it's not. It's not difficult at all. Not in terms of what they're looking for. The third one, a PCSO who gave an answer about how they were out on patrol and some members of the public told them about a house where a vulnerable person lived and had not seen him for a while, and he got close to the door and could smell the smell of death. Yes, death has a smell and you're going to get used to it as a police officer. And they had to make a decision whether to, because everyone was watching them, whether to go in and deal with it or wait 45 minutes for the nearest backup. Not a difficult decision at all. So they're not difficult decisions because they either follow a process or they were made in the blink of an eye. In the blink of an eye. And they're missing one essential factor which will make your answer awesome, and that's people. That's people. So your answer should involve people. Now, if you're one of my clients, I'm going to give you the second part of this video in the client-only group. So nip over to the client-only Facebook group, where I'm going to share with you how to introduce people into your answer in such a way that you will nail every part of the marking guide without question. You'll nail it, absolutely nail it. And so many of my clients have been doing this. They've managed to succeed with 100% in their competency-based interview, their stage 2 of the online assessment centre, which is just awesome. And they've done it through utilising exactly what I'm going to talk about in the client-only group. So if you're watching this in the client-only group, this is the first part of the video. Watch the second part where I'm going to share that one thing. There's one thing that's going to make such a difference in your answer. It's made such a difference to so many people so far. Jump over to the client-only group. If you're not a client and want to know how, links below to my online courses and importantly the webinars that have helped so many people, well over 1,000 people now, easily over 1,000 people succeed in the online assessment centre. So I shall look forward to answering any further questions that you have in the client-only group, Facebook group. I'll catch up with you soon. Bye-bye for now.